whether you like it or you don't like it, you love it, you hate it, one thing for damn sure, you are gonna respect it.
Yo, what it do?
Y'all know what time it is. Guess who's back? Top 10 WWE and W World Champions of all time. Look at
right.
Look at all the gold, y'all. Look
all the gold right here. You know what I'm saying? This is one of my favorite belts of all time right here. This may be a lot of people's favorite belts.
That brings me back to WrestleMania 9.
Yeah.
To Ric Flair, 1992. Oh man.
With a tear in my eye.
This is the greatest
moment of my life.
This is the Roman Cody title.
Right. So
man.
This is one of my, like I said, one of my favorite belts of all time. Let's see. Let's start it off. Let's start it off with the list because I lost my train of thought. I was about to say something else, but I lost my train of thought.
I got you. It'll come back. So you want to start with the world title first, or just do 10 and 10?
Okay, that's what I'm about to say. Which one do you want to start with? Let's do WWE Championship first. Knock it out of the way.
Ooh. Okay. All right. Cool. All right. I go first. Okay.
All right. Top 10. Let's roll.
So let me just say this. So when I was putting together this list, I thought about impact on certain champions. I thought about culture for certain champions. I thought about merchandise. I thought about storytelling. I thought about, does a champion put people over in that process? So this is a good segue, by the way. And the reason I'm going with this guy, Mankind, as far as my top 10, because if you think about it, Mankind really helped The Rock in that feud for Warrior Rumble. What's the other one? St. Valentine's Day Massacre. That whole 2 or 3 month period, he helped put The Rock over to get ready for Stone Cold. And to get ready for Stone Cold, that changed the culture of professional wrestling forever, to this day. And that's why I put Mankind as my number 10 W champions of all time. That's my reason for that right there.
Interesting. Mankind is number 10. I'm gonna go with somebody else, man. I'm gonna switch it up a little bit. I'm gonna go with our Olympic gold medalist.
Mr.
Kurt Angle. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Kurt Angle.
Heavy. Yeah. I like that.
Kurt Angle, you know what I'm saying? When he was WWE champion, he was annoying, but he was so good in the ring. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was just so good, man. It was like seeing him especially when he had he took the belt from. Did he take the belt from Austin?
He did. He beat Austin and The Rock for the title.
He was just so annoying with the belt, but he was so damn good in the ring, as far as his athletic skill, man. I couldn't deny him. Plus, he got entertaining over time, so it grew on me, you know what I'm saying? Pause. But Kurt Angle, man, number 10. I can't talk about Kurt Angle even more.
Okay.
He's a champion.
The next guy I'm going to go with, he originally beat Hulk Hogan for the title. I think it was 91, I think. He tombstone Hogan on a chair, and Hogan actually, it came out of Hogan actually lied and said he tombstone on a chair, but it never happened. And Undertaker's really pissed about that to this day. So I'll say Undertaker because Undertaker has so many feuds. And like I mentioned before, as far as my 10, Undertaker feuds with the title helps put Stone Cold to the next level, help put The Rock to the next level. So I'm going to go with the dead man, The Undertaker, as far as my number 9.
All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to flip that. And what I have on this, I'm going to go with current superstar, WWE champion. He did good with the title. I'm going to go with, he's wrestling right now. I'm going to go with the architect, Seth Rollins. That's number 9.
Okay. I'm not mad at that. I like that.
Rollins, I mean, when he first got the title, he captured the title. He did it with Brock and Roman when they did their WrestleMania.
The heights of the century, 31.
Yeah, 31. That's right.
Yeah, 31. The heights of the century. That's
right. So, and plus, when he had it,
he
he elevated. Unlike Dean Ambrose when he got the belt. You know, at least he did something with the belt. And then just to see how the character grew of Seth Rollins and how much he means to the company right now.
Good point. I like that.
Yeah, I would give it to Seth Rollins, number 9.
All right. My number 8 is a guy who I couldn't stand. I said couldn't stand because he used to beat up everybody. Mick Foley, Rock, Austin, Taker, all of them. That one song, "It's My Time," you know.
Oh, man.
Such a jerk. I say this all the time. My favorite Triple H heel segment. Austin was like, "You got 15,000 people calling you an asshole." He's I don't give a damn about them. They can all kiss my ass as far as I'm concerned. And Jim Ross like, "Oh my gosh!" Like I would say Triple H.
Okay.
Triple H. This was the start. Especially when he first won the title, it was new. You know, it was new to see him in that title picture. But he held his own. Triple H held his own with Austin and The Rock and Undertaker in the same era. That says a lot. So I would say Triple H for my number 8.
That's fair. Number 8, I am going to go with. Oh man, I switched. Let me move this one over here. All right, that makes sense right there. So number 8, I'm gonna go with Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar is WWE champion. He's just a menace all the time.
Damn.
All the time, he was a menace. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, when you knew when Brock came, you knew it was going to be some trouble. You know what I'm saying? Like when he came out, it was going to be some trouble. He held the belt. He made the belt prestigious because he was like, damn, who's going to get this belt off? And he carried it with, you know what I'm saying? Even though he's a part-time later on in his when he came back to WWE. But that first run he had with the championship, he was like intimidating. You know what I'm saying? Like, remember when he first the next best thing?
Like, that one. Oh my gosh!
You know what I'm saying? It was crazy. So
when he beat The Rock, I was salty about that. Yeah, I remember that. Okay, solid choice. My next one, this guy, he didn't like Hulk Hogan back in the day. No, he didn't like Hulk Hogan. He not back in the day, but he didn't like Hulk Hogan at all. In fact, he black Hogan eye at WrestleMania 9. You see a little shiny Hogan got right there?
Yep.
Yeah. He's a Hulk Hogan. Yeah. So for my number 7, I'm gonna go with Hulk Hogan. The rest of the little peaksters under me.
Oh man.
Don't even matter. Number 7 is me, the Macho Man, Randy Savage.
Randy Savage, yeah.
I'm gonna go with. Well, I'm still talking like that. I'm gonna go with that as far as my number 7.
Right. Man, it's getting harder, man. Because okay. So my number 7, I am going to go with the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns.
Respected.
Being respectful. Being respectful. I can't put him above anybody else above me, right? Anybody else above this list. So I had to switch up some things. So I'm gonna go with Roman Reigns. The title, what he did with the championship, that when he returned back in the pandemic era and carried it, because we didn't know what the hell was going to happen during the pandemic era.
No.
The Thunderdome, it was just new to us, man. Like, it was just a big change, and it took the energy away from a lot of the fans. But he carried it. He made it interesting. Like, you had to know what the hell is he going to do next, because
I'm with you.
Big dog right before then, you know, he was corny. He came back with the Wreck Everything and Leave T-shirt, and
that's when Roman came. Yeah.
Roman Reigns, man.
Respect. Damn, I left him off my list. Damn, how did I do that? I'm tripping. I'm really tripping off this.
You left the Tribal Chief off?
And I got a shirt on too. I feel bad. Paul Heyman, if you see this, please. I'm sorry. Shame. Okay, I'm gonna have to swap somebody out. I know I'm gonna swap out. Yeah, you go and get it, buddy. Yeah, I'm swapping you out. My number 6. It's, to be honest, I'll say 2005 all the way up to 2015. Cena had a good 10-year consistent run with the championship. Like it or not, that's what it is.
Right.
And at this time, at 2007, 2008, I started to not like Cena as much. His character came annoying, but I can't deny the fact that this dude carried the company for 10 years.
Right.
This dude actually had a longer run than most of our guys on the list.
That's
to
true.
Be honest. To be totally honest, and still going to this day. So my number 6, I'm gonna go with John Cena. My number 6.
You know what? You hit it right on. I'm gonna mirror you because number 6 is John Cena. For me
yeah,
too.
yeah.
I'm gonna go John Cena number 6, and it
Yeah.
might be the wrong thing to say because, like I said, we have this is our opinions, guys. These are our opinions.
Yes.
Our
yes.
top 10, not your top 10. These are our top, just opinions.
Yeah.
If you disagree, that's fine. It's cool, but this is our
Yeah.
opinion.
Yeah.
I put Cena at number 6 myself, just to mirror you because he's important, but I just can't put him above my top 5. You know what I'm saying? So
that's
big respect to John Cena. He did do his thing. He carried us through a dark times, the PG era and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But,
yeah. I'm with you. There are certain people I just can't put in front of.
I can't put him in front. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. All right. My number 5. I couldn't stand this man in 1996.
Mm-hmm.
All because he beat my guy Brett for the title at WrestleMania 12. And
the Iron Man match?
Yes. He beat my guy Brett WrestleMania 12. And he beat Brett in his fire stand. He beat Brett a lot of times.
Yeah, he beat Brett a lot of times. Yep.
But you can't deny the fact that this dude, as an in-ring competitor, Shawn Michaels put on some solid matches as a champion. Yep. In 1996, Shawn Michaels was carrying the company where everybody was leaving. We had the curtain call. Yes, Sky Hall. You had Diesel. I think X-Pac 2, I think, was in that circle also. But for that to be a time,
I think he was already.
He's already gone. Yeah, he already left. So for NWO to start and Shawn Michaels was still carrying the company and still like putting on solid matches, I would say Shawn Michaels is number 5. I got to go with that.
My number 5, I'm gonna go with his counterpart in DX. I'm gonna go with Triple H, number 5. Like Triple H to me. I mean, he basically after Shawn got injured after the WrestleMania. God, don't get me lying, man. I ain't gonna lie. I know all WrestleMania, but the numbers mixed up because there's so many damn WrestleMania.
WrestleMania 14.
14, yeah, with Tyson.
1998. Yeah, 1998. Yeah.
Right, so WrestleMania 14.
Yeah.
When he injured his back, Triple H picked up the mantle. He ran with it.
He
carried the whole damn company, and like you said, he was holding his own against Rock, Austin. He actually had feuds with Rock. He had feuds with Austin that are legendary. You know what I'm saying? Triple H, he grew from the Hunter Hearst Helmsley character, and he grew into the cerebral assassin, the Game. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
Big ups to Triple H, man. Number 5.
All right, my number 4. This guy could be one of the greatest of all times. He could be A1, A2. This guy literally carried the company when it was a scary time. When Austin went down for the neck injury, and Rock was like, The Rock. 2000, The Rock carried the company. I would say the year 2000s was one of the best years of WWF. I feel like at that point, almost every pay-per-view was so solid. And you had Rock, carrying the company. Not only that, even Cobra Rock with the championship was great. So 2000 Rock was great. So I will go with The Rock for number 4.
Oh, man. My number 4, I am going to go with Stone Cold Steve Austin, number 4.
Ooh,
gotcha. And people might not understand, but Stone Cold actually had a short run. It wasn't a long run.
No.
I think it was like 4 years tops, maybe.
1998 to
2002? No, 2001?
2001. I really don't count 2002 because 2002
I'm gonna give right. But he was just he was just a white hot, you know what I'm saying? He was on fire. So I'm gonna give it to the Texas Rattlesnake, number 4.
You know what's crazy? Roman Reigns.
I effed up this list because I'm looking at it and I'm like, damn, I'm leaving one person that's very important off this list. And I might have to do an honorable mention or 1A, 1B.
I know I'm doing honorable mention. My number 3. This is one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. I do feel like his title runs weren't that long. I think the longest title run for him was like 5 months or something like that. I'm gonna go with Bret the Hitman Hart.
Okay.
I remember him being excited when Bret first won the title. He beat Ric Flair for the title. Like that was exciting. I remember being salty at WrestleMania 9 when Hogan did the first Money in the Bank situation and won the title. Right. Like that was irritating to me. But I would say Bret the Hitman. By the way, they got a documentary about that too on Peacock. So
yeah, I was
I haven't
about to
watched
say
it yet.
that too. I was about
I haven't watched
to let
it
you
yet.
know about that too.
Yeah, I'm gonna
I'm gonna
watch
check it
that.
out.
Yeah, I'm checking it out. So I'll say Bret Hart for number 3.
All right, man. My number 3, man. I am going to have to go with The Rock, People's Champ.
Yeah.
Most electrifying man in sports entertainment, man. I mean, he had the belt. Like I said, Rock didn't even have a long run.
He did not. He didn't. He had a shorter run than Bret Hart, actually, to be honest with you.
Rock didn't have a long, but it was just his charisma, what he brought to, him. He was a draw.
Yeah.
Him and Austin were draws. That's why I have Austin and him like number 3 and number 4 because they just was draws. They had short runs. But they were memorable. You know what I'm saying?
Solid point.
They laid a foundation for what the superstars of today are, striving to be. So
you know what though? I think with Rock, because Rock, when he left for Hollywood, he left when he was on top.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why he didn't have a long title run. The only thing I don't like about Rock's career, he never got that one-on-one main event title win at WrestleMania. He never got that.
Right.
He never got that WrestleMania 2000 should have been him versus Triple H. If we took Backlash from 2000 and put it right there, that would have been perfect. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's a good choice. All right, my number 2. All right. So before I was a Bret Hart fan, actually I was a Bret Hart fan at the time, but before I was a Rock and Austin fan and Taker, I was a Hulkamaniac.
Right.
To be totally honest, do I like what he's on right now? Hell no. To be honest, but I can't deny. I can't sit here and fake like I wasn't sitting in front of my TV after Hogan won a match and sitting there flexing and doing all this and thinking I was the man and saying say your prayers and take your vitamins. I'm gonna have to go with Hulk Hogan as one of the greatest champions of all time because Hogan was one of the. I'm not saying he was the first superstar, but he was one of the first that I noticed that was really like that's the guy. You know what I'm saying? So I would go Hulk Hogan, my number 2.
Right. So for my number 2, I'm gonna have to go with the Macho Man Randy Savage because Savage after the whole Ricky Steamboat when he had the Intercontinental Championship and he, after he got into the main title picture and he won the belt from I think it was $1 Million Man. They had the
$1 Million Man WrestleMania 4. Yeah,
right before he beat the $1 Million Man in the championship. Savage was like on a whole nother level, and I thought like it was always really Savage was like 1 and 2. Him and Hogan was just 1 and 2 for a long time. So Savage was like one of my favorite. He's the one who actually got me into liking wrestling, Randy Savage. So Macho Man, when I think of the Winged Eagle, the first thing that I think of is Hogan. The first 3 I think of is Hogan, Savage, Bret, and Shawn.
Good point.
Hogan, Savage, Bret, and Shawn. And I messed up on this list because I moved somebody off and it dropped my list down. So, but let's go to number 1.
All right. Before I hit number 1, I'm gonna go with my honorable mention. I left this guy off the list.
Yep.
I wasn't a big fan of his big dog character. I was a fan of the Tribal Chief character. If you think about it, Roman Reigns' whole title run is longer than Austin's time been on top, which is crazy to think.
Right.
This guy was on top for 4 years straight.
Yeah.
And this was the first title run in a while where I wasn't sick
modern era. Yeah.
That wasn't sick of it. Cody has had the belt for a year, and I'm like, okay, we run the course. Like, we're done with it. Can we just move forward? Roman was like, what are you going to do next? The fact that they kept building on a storyline and adding to the storyline and adding characters, portrayals, tag team champions. Like they've been cooking that thing for 4 years straight, and it's still going on. It ain't over with. That's a crazy thing about it.
Taking a little hiatus from it, but trust me, it's going to pick back up.
It's going to pick back up, and he's starting to be heel again. To be honest, if you notice. So before I hit my number 1, I'm going to mention the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns. My number 1, I'm gonna go with some call this man the greatest champion of all time. I would say the reason not because of long title run. I would say as far as an impact, as far as merchandise sales, this guy had the world on a chokehold. I remember being in middle school and being excited, like, dang, you hear what Stone Cold did last night, man?
Oh,
dang.
hell yeah.
What? I remember getting kicked out of class because this dude. You know what I'm saying? So I would say Stone Cold Steve Austin, my number one WWE, WWF champions of all time. Stone Cold Steve Austin.
All right, so I got I got 2 honorable mentions that I left off. Actually, kind of kicking my ass right now because
who's up there?
I just talked. I left Shawn Michaels off. And I had moved when I moved the list around. I couldn't put him back up there because I already took him out the slot. But if I was to take Kurt Angle off, I'll put Shawn Michaels in Kurt Angle's spot. No, I'll take that back to Kurt Angle number 10. I will take Kurt Angle off. I will drop. Dude, I forgot Randy Orton too. I'll drop.
Hey.
Oh God, I'll drop Roman a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, but anyway, this is a hard list, man.
Yeah.
But I left Shawn Michaels off, and let me tell you something about Shawn. Shawn carried the company when it was dark times, like as far as, you know, like you said, the clique was leaving, people was leaving, going to WCW, getting the big money from Turner, and without Shawn, you wouldn't have the Attitude Era because he was like the face of the new generation. Like him and Brett was the face of the new generation. So, without Shawn, you wouldn't have DX because Shawn was technically the leader of DX at the very beginning stages of DX.
Yes.
So yeah, man, the Heartbreak Kid, I left him off, and Shawn is, like I said, Shawn is another reason why that's my favorite belt too. He just put on match after match after match in the 90s. He was cocky as hell. He had attitude when he was younger, but I left Shawn off. I also left off the Hitman. And I like, what the hell was I thinking? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I left Brett off, but like I said, Brett and Shawn I left off, and it kind of made me mad. And I left off Ric Flair, and I'm gonna tell you why I left off Ric Flair.
I did too.
When Ric Flair came, when he had remember he brought the big gold with him to W.
Yeah, I think that's why I left him off. Yeah.
When him and Heenan came and he left, and he took the big gold and he left it off of when he took the big gold and came to take the WWE championship. From Hogan, and he was calling Hogan out for the longest, but they never actually locked up.
They never capitalized on that.
Never capitalized in WWE, but they did it in WCW, but they didn't do it in WWE.
They did on TBS. Crazy. Stupid.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, it was stupid, but that would have been a big match. Champion versus champion. Come on, man.
Oh my gosh, they would have
Ric Flair only had the belt. I think did he won it? I think Rick won it twice, or did he win it once?
I think twice.
Yeah, he won it twice.
So by the time the belt took off, Ric Flair was already gone.
Yeah.
So he really get the experience that you know that
he won at the Rumble, right? He won at the Royal Rumble. It was vacant. Right.
Yeah, 1992. Yep.
So when Rick won the belt, and that promo that he cut was like the start of a new era because Hogan was not champion, and that was crazy that Hogan held the belt for so long.
Yeah.
But let me go into my number one, man, because we're talking about him right now. Hulk Hogan's number one, and you can't deny his contribution to the world of professional wrestling. And we talked about this on an episode a couple months ago, or a month or two ago.
Yeah.
Hogan is so significant to WWE and WWF, and I'm not condoning all the shit that he done more recent, his political views and stuff like that. I'm not down with that, but you can't deny the man's impact in the world of professional wrestling. Yeah. He carried WWF in the 80s. He carried WCW in the 90s. You know what I'm saying? He came back and made an impact when he won the Undisputed World Heavyweight Championship. He was still on fire. He was still popular. He was the leader of one of the best factions of all time, the NWO. You can't deny his contributions to the world of professional wrestling. You can say what you want to say about him, and I can disagree on a lot of stuff that he does. Yeah, but you can't deny his contributions to professional wrestling. Without Hogan, none of this is possible. So, yeah, big ups to Hulk Hogan on that one.
Agreed. That's solid list on both of us.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that was the top 10 for the WWE championships. Now let's get to the World Heavyweight Championships.
Here we go. All right, we kick it off. Cool. All right.
Yep. We kick it off.
So remember we mentioned before, like this lineage goes from now to the big title that Batista had to the title that a lot of them had WCW title and all that. So I'm gonna go with my number 10. My number 10 is a current wrestler right now. The current world title that they have Monday Night Raw, which I actually like, I enjoy. I feel like when Seth Rollins won this title, he really put this title on a map. This dude had a belt for a good 6 to 7 months. And one thing about Seth, whether you like him or not, whether you get tired of his character, this dude can wrestle. You know what I'm saying? He could be like a modern day Shawn Michaels. I'm not saying he's at that level, but the way he's present, Seth Rollins barely ever have a bad match. Not that often. So I'm gonna go with Seth Rollins, my number 10.
Okay. For number 10, I'm going to kick it off. I'm going to do a WCW wrestler. I'm going to go with Diamond Dallas Page for number 10.
Nice. Okay.
Yep. And the reason I'm going with Diamond Dallas Page number 10 is because Diamond Dallas Page, he was an older wrestler. You know what I'm saying? He really didn't get that much shine. And when he finally got his opportunity, he took advantage of it. And he was so hot, you know what I'm saying? Like white hot, that he was so popular that when he won the big gold right here,
that was
big gold. Yes,
nice.
He won that big gold right there. You know, I was excited for him because I was a big fan of Page. You know what I'm saying? When he was he had the diamond mine with Scott Hall, and Scott Hall was the diamond stud back in WCW. So yeah, man, that's how I used to bang with Page and them in that stable.
Okay,
as a kid. So Diamond Dallas Page number 10 for me.
Okay, my number 9 is and a lot of people won't agree with me because it was a short title run, but I remember some of the matches he had. I enjoyed it, and this was like late into his WWE career. I'm gonna go with Kurt Angle. I enjoyed the match he had with Undertaker, No Way Out 2006. That was a solid match. There was a match he had with Mark Henry 2006 that he had. A few we had Rey Mysterio, so I'm gonna go with Kurt Angle because I was a big fan of that character switch. You know, we mentioned earlier actually in this episode how Kurt Angle's WWE Championship run was very silly. This is the Kurt Angle that was very serious. I'm gonna go with Kurt Angle for my number 9. Kurt Angle.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with my number 9. I am gonna go with. Damn. Nah, I ain't gonna do that. I'm gonna switch it up. I'm gonna go with another WCW wrestler.
Okay.
I am gonna go with the man they call Sting. And I'm gonna tell you why. Sting was the world, and I got an autograph by Sting too. I want to.
Oh, that's nice.
I got that autograph by Sting. So, and the reason why I knocked Sting down because Sting had short title runs with the WCW World Heavyweight Championship. He didn't have no long, illustrious. He basically, when he won that Starrcade against Hogan, that was one of the best moments that I ever seen because they pumped that story up for like a year, a year and a half maybe with Sting, with NWO. But when he surfaced Sting, he had a couple championship reigns. He beat Ric Flair for it. That was cool and all, but I think his best title run was when he beat Hogan. And he didn't even have to go long after he beat Hogan too. He probably had like maybe a couple months. If I'm not mistaken, but I'm gonna put Sting number 9. Sting really didn't need the belt. His whole gimmick was just over. So I'm gonna put Sting as number 9.
All right, cool. My number 8, I'm gonna go with the Radar Superstar Edge.
Okay.
So when I think of that title, when I think of the title from 2010, 2008, around that time, I think of Edge. So I'm gonna go with Edge for my number 8.
Okay. For me, I'm going to copy you on that one. I'm gonna go with Edge for number 8. I think Edge. When I think about the World Heavyweight Championship in WWE, especially in the early days, I think of Edge. He held that title a lot. I'm gonna go with Edge for that one.
Okay, for my number 6, I'm gonna take it back all the way from 1990.
Oh, no, we on 7. We're on 7.
My bad, 7, because I'm flopping. That's why I said that. I say this is very important because I did some research and I kept looking at certain things. I remember seeing this as a kid. It's 1992. Yeah, 1992. And some may recognize him as the first Black World Champion. No far as that lineage. So I'm gonna go to Ron Simmons for my number 7.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It gets interesting from up here.
Right.
Yeah.
For my number 7, I am going to go with a WWE wrestler, and I'm gonna go with Randy Orton. Randy Orton, World Heavyweight Championship. I remember when he won the title for the first time when he beat Chris Benoit for it. A lot of people don't. And that's just part that pissed me off about WWE too, man, because we know that's a part of Randy. Even though Chris did what he did,
yeah,
Randy, you still got to show Randy some type of respect. But they don't even show that part in WWE no more. Like they
not at
don't even
all. Like
they say
it
that
never happened.
They just
Yeah.
showed that he's the world heavyweight champion. He was the youngest world heavyweight champion. Don't mention the match. They don't mention. I'm like, dude, even though Chris did what he did, which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
But you got to still show Randy respect. You still got to show the man. I will still show the match, man. Come on now.
Yeah. I'm with you on that because it's like it never happened. And oddly enough, like when you won that title, for some reason the sound was on mute. That was weird.
Right.
Okay, so it wasn't me tripping. Okay, cool. That I feel like that did happen.
Right. That was my number 7, right?
Yeah. So my number 6. When you think of the world title, you think of 2000. Wow, my alarm went off. Damn. Okay, so I'm not working out today. I'm chilling.
Right.
So when I think of my number 6, I'm gonna go with Batista.
Okay.
Batista. He had a solid title run, and this was at this point you had Cena on Raw, and you had Batista on SmackDown, and sometimes they flopped. But at that point, Batista was becoming maybe not as big as John Cena, but just as important for us fan wise, as far as like the title. Wow, so I'm gonna go Batista.
Yeah. For me, number 6, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with Booker T. He's a five-time WCW champion. Plus, he won it one time when he was. I think he won it. No, yeah, he won it one more time when he's in WWE too as well. So, I technically he's a 6-time world heavyweight champion. So, I'm gonna go with Booker T on that one. You know what I'm saying? Booker was the end of the WCW run. He was on fire.
Yeah,
he, had good matches. He came into his own as a champion. So, I'm gonna go with Booker T.
Where we at? Number 5 right now.
Yep, 5.
All right, number 5, and mentioning the five-time the champion. I mirror you on this one, so I'm gonna go with Booker T. My number 5.
Okay. All right, so we're on number 4 now, right?
Yeah, number 4.
All right, so number 4, I am going to go with. Let me see. I'm gonna have to go with Batista at number 4. Memorable title run. Batista. When you think about Evolution, you know what I'm saying, the things he went through with Triple H when that whole feud, and when Triple H wanted him to go to SmackDown and challenge for he gave him the it all started with Randy Orton too when he gave him the thumbs down. That was the whole breakup of Evolution right there. So Batista came to his own, he held the title. So when I think of the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, I think about Batista on that one.
Nice. Okay. We're at number 4. I'm gonna go with number 4. This is on your list earlier. This was like late in his career. We got the title. I'm gonna go with DDP, my number 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I am going to go number 3. I'm gonna go with Triple H for number 3. Triple H with the world. He was just a damn menace when he had the world. He was just. He was a damn Triple H is a menace with the World Heavyweight Championship. You can not deny it, man. He held it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times.
Yeah.
He held it, and then he held it for like 280, 76 days, 85, 91, 84. And think about the people that he beat. Beat Shawn Michaels, he beat Goldberg, he beat Benoit. It was vacated. He got it from Randy Orton. Vacated. He won it in the chamber match against Batista. So I'm gonna go with Triple H, man.
All right, cool. For number 3, I'm gonna go with this man was on my. I think he's the only person on my list twice for his WWE title and world title. I'm gonna go with Hollywood Hulk Hogan for number 3.
Okay,
like he changed like that whole heel change, and still people cared about him. Number 3, Hulk Hogan.
Yep. I'm gonna go. We're on number 2 now.
Yeah.
So my number 2, I'm about to mirror you on that one. I'm about to go with Hollywood Hulk Hogan when he had WCW on lock, man. Like when NWO, and when you think about the big gold belt, even though it was spray painted, you think about Hollywood Hulk Hogan. Like
that's true.
He had that shit in the chokehold, man. Like WCW. Every time you turned the TV on, he had the belt. He was coming down the Voodoo Child with Jimi Hendrix, going down the ring, doing the whole down, going down. Hollywood Hogan, man. Number 2.
Right. My number 2, I'm gonna go with a man who's on a constant winning streak. My number 2, I'm gonna go with Goldberg for number 2.
Okay. Oh man, I left Goldberg off my list. God.
I left Triple H on my list by accident.
Yeah.
Dang, how I did that. Dang. Yeah, because I'm gonna go Goldberg for number one.
Okay.
Yeah.
And for me, for number one, you cannot deny this. He is the originator of the big gold belt from the NWA days when the territories, and he went on Jim Crockett Promotions, and it's the Nature Boy Ric Flair. When you think about this belt right here, the big gold belt, you
That's
think about
the first person you think of.
Introduce this belt for all you youngins out there. He's going to introduce this belt to Jim Crockett Promotions, WCW. When he came on TV, and he actually had the NWA's world's heavyweight championship, and he gave it back to them because I think it was something with the territories where he couldn't. It was something where he couldn't defend it or something like that.
Yeah,
they wanted the belt back, and he got this one custom made. I think it was at the time it was $40,000, had diamonds and the rubies in it.
Yeah.
The one I got is the WWE version, but the one that I really want is the NWA's World Heavyweight Championship. But that some bitch costs like about $600-700. I'm not doing all that. I'm out that game right now. I'm out that title purchasing game for a while now. My wife said I got too much now. But but yeah, when you think about the big gold,
I'm gonna be there soon.
Right. Hey, look, it's a habit because when I started buying one, I was like, I need another one. I need another one. I need another one. So I kept buying them. So I was like, yo, I got two. But because the only thing I'm missing right now, that I'm telling you what I'm missing right now, is the United States, the WCW United States Championship, which is my favorite. I love that belt. I just love the design of that belt. I'm missing. I have the Intercontinental, but I want the black strap one. I want the Attitude Era, the Big Eagle, and
that's my number one right there.
I want that one, and I actually want the NWA's World's Heavyweight Championship. I just want that one too as well. Yep.
Classic.
But back to Ric Flair though. When you think about this belt, you just think about Ric Flair. 16-time world champion. Actually, it's 21 times because he won a couple of titles that's not counted in WWE. So technically, Ric Flair is the man. When it comes to World Heavyweight Championships. I can't say enough about Rick, man, with this belt. This is what started it all, man. So big ups to Ric Flair.
Ali, you mentioned that's my number one because that's the first person that when we thought about this countdown, that was the first person that popped up in my mind, Ric Flair.
Right.
When I say this dude changed the game of professional wrestling. You can see his influence pop up on a lot of people. You can see the Rock influence came from Ric Flair. You know what I'm saying? Ric Flair had a lot of styling, profiling, limousine riding, jet flying, wheeling, dealing. That's his thing. So I'm going to go number one, my Ric Flair, number one.
Right. So, Rick has influenced a whole generation of people, man, as far as, you see it influence with the rappers. They had Ric Flair Drip, the song the Migos did, a couple years ago. So, he's still he's not as relevant as he once was, he's up there in age right now, but he's still the Nature Boy. So,
I like everything he does except them damn wings. But, wings. I like it.
Let me tell you, man. This has been a great countdown, man.
This was great, yo.
Countdown. Yeah, it's late. It's almost 1:00 in the morning on the East Coast. We are up doing that thing. So
we are up and dedicated.
Right. So what we're gonna do is, like I said, we got a star-studded week starting Sunday. Look out for a special message from us, and please tune in.
Yes,
we got something special for you guys Sunday, so please tune in.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, WrestleMania weekend, we will be going live Monday. And we're going Monday and Friday. We're going live. Tuesday, the NXT and the AEW, we're going to be pre-recording that. So you were recording that show, so you'll be getting like a premiere of that one. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much once again, subscribers. Thank you.